In the turbulent sea of existence, where waves of uncertainty crash upon the shores of our minds, we find ourselves engulfed in the tempest of worry. Yet amidst the chaos, there exists a beacon of timeless wisdom that illuminates the path to tranquility. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism in this episode. You will explore the ancient lessons of old to uncover how the great philosophers of our Stoic past navigated the currents of their innermost feelings to live a fulfilling life and one without worry. Let us begin with the first of our 7 lessons. Lesson 1. Embrace the immutable nature of the cosmos. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, we are but transient beings, ephemeral sparks flickering against the backdrop of eternity. The Stoics, with their profound insight into the nature of existence, recognized the immutable laws that govern the universe. They understood that the events unfolding around us are beyond our control, subject to the whims of fate and the caprices of fortune. In the words of Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher and former slave, some things are within our power, while others are not. This fundamental truth lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy, the recognition of the dichotomy between what is within our control and what lies beyond it. By embracing this insight, we liberate ourselves from the shackles of anxiety and worry, for we come to understand that the only thing we truly possess is our own mind. When we relinquish our futile attempts to control the uncontrollable, we find a profound sense of liberation. We no longer expend our precious energy on fruitless endeavors, but instead focus our attention on that which is within our sphere of influence. This shift in perspective allows us to navigate the turbulent currents of life with equanimity, serenely accepting whatever fate may bring. Lesson 2. Cultivate the virtue of acceptance. Acceptance is the cornerstone of inner peace. It is the recognition that life is inherently uncertain, and that our attempts to resist this fundamental truth only serve to magnify our suffering. The Stoics understood that true happiness lies not in the attainment of external goods, but in the cultivation of an inner state of tranquility. Marcus Aurelius, the revered Stoic emperor, eloquently expressed this sentiment when he wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In other words, true happiness is not contingent upon external circumstances, but upon the way in which we choose to perceive and respond to the world around us. When we cultivate the virtue of acceptance, we surrender our attachment to outcomes and embrace life as it unfolds. We no longer rail against the injustices of fate or lament the twists and turns of fortune, but instead greet each moment with equanimity and grace. In doing so, we discover a profound sense of peace that transcends the fleeting pleasures and pains of the world. Lesson 3. Practice the art of detachment. Detachment is the art of letting go of our attachments to transient desires and fears, and embracing instead the immutable truths of existence. The Stoics understood that our attachments are the source of much of our suffering, for they bind us to the ever-changing vicissitudes of life. Seneca, the Stoic sage, wrote extensively on the topic of detachment, urging his followers to cultivate an inner state of equanimity that transcends the fluctuations of fortune. True happiness, he declared, is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In other words, true happiness lies not in the pursuit of external goods, but in the cultivation of an inner state of contentment that is impervious to the vicissitudes of fate. When we practice the art of detachment, we free ourselves from the tyranny of desire and fear. We no longer cling desperately to the things we cannot control, but instead embrace the present moment with open arms. In doing so, we discover a profound sense of liberation that transcends the transient pleasures and pains of the world. Lesson 4. Embrace adversity as a path to growth. Adversity, far from being a hindrance, is a crucible for the forging of character. Stoicism, with its emphasis on the resilience of the human spirit, teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Rather than viewing adversity as an obstacle to be avoided, we should welcome it as a teacher, guiding us along the path to self-discovery and inner strength. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher and statesman, wrote extensively on the transformative power of adversity. He declared, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." In other words, Adversity is not something to be feared or avoided, but a necessary component of the human experience. It is through facing and overcoming challenges that we develop the resilience and fortitude needed to navigate the complexities of life. When we embrace adversity as a path to growth, we adopt a mindset of resilience and perseverance. Rather than allowing setbacks to derail us, we view them as opportunities for learning and personal development. In doing so, we cultivate a sense of inner strength that allows us to face life's challenges with courage and grace. Lesson 5. Live in accordance with nature. Living in accordance with nature is central to the Stoic worldview. The Stoics believe that the key to a fulfilling life lies in aligning our thoughts and actions with the harmonious rhythms of the natural world. By living in harmony with nature, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and tranquility that transcends the fluctuations of fortune. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that man conquers the world by conquering himself. This profound insight speaks to the Stoic belief that true freedom lies not in external circumstances, but in mastering our own desires and impulses. When we align our lives with the natural order of the universe, we discover a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends the transient pleasures and pains of the world. Living in accordance with nature requires a willingness to surrender our attachments to transient desires and fears. It means embracing the present moment with open arms and finding contentment in the simple joys of existence. In doing so, we discover a profound sense of peace that arises from living in harmony with the world around us. Lesson 6. Practice mindfulness in the present moment. Mindfulness is the practice of cultivating awareness and presence in the present moment. It is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, as it allows us to transcend the anxieties of the past and the uncertainties of the future. By practicing mindfulness, we cultivate a sense of inner calm and serenity that enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, emphasized the importance of dwelling on the beauty of life in the present moment. He wrote, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them." These words remind us that true happiness is found not in the pursuit of external goods, but in the cultivation of an inner state of contentment that arises from living mindfully in the present moment. Practicing mindfulness requires a willingness to let go of distractions and preoccupations, and to fully immerse ourselves in the present moment. It means paying attention to the sights, sounds, and sensations of the world around us, and finding joy in the simple act of being alive. In doing so, we discover a profound sense of peace that arises from living in alignment with our true nature. Lesson 7. Find joy in virtuous action. Virtuous action lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that true happiness is found not in the pursuit of external goods, but in the cultivation of moral excellence. By living a life of virtue, we align ourselves with the natural order of the universe and discover a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends the transient pleasures and pains of the world. Epictetus urged his followers to strive for freedom through virtuous action. He declared, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." In other words, true freedom lies not in external circumstances, but in mastering our own desires and impulses. Finding joy in virtuous action requires a willingness to prioritize our principles over preferences, and to act in accordance with our highest ideals. It means cultivating qualities such as courage, wisdom, and compassion, and striving to live a life of integrity and purpose. In doing so, we discover a profound sense of fulfillment that arises from aligning our actions with our deepest values. Now that lessons have been spoken, let us consider the path to freedom from worry lies not in the avoidance of adversity, but in the mastery of the mind. By embracing the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we embark upon a journey of self-discovery and inner resilience. As we navigate the turbulent waters of existence, may we find solace in the realization that true peace comes from within. Take these lessons and use them to better your life and those around you. If you found value in this video, Be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who may benefit from its message. If you are suffering from worry, fear not, as in the end. It is not the storms we weather or the challenges we face that define us, but the strength of character and resilience of spirit with which we meet them. And in the crucible of life's trials, may we emerge not as victims of circumstance, but as masters of our own destiny, steadfast, unyielding, and free.